Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to Stock Markets with Bruce. Great to see you here. Hope you're doing okay out there. It is Today is Thursday, July the 20th, 2023. July 20, 2023. Two-thirds of the way through July already. My God. How's the heat wave treating you guys? The heat dome out there. Oh my gosh, our friends in Europe are just getting hit. Certain areas in the USA, pretty darn hot, and around the world, there are heat domes all over the place. I hate to break it to you, but we're doing great here. Have to admit, Calgary at 3,800 feet elevation, we are not getting whacked. Right now, it's 55 degrees outside. Our high today is going to hit 80. That's our high temperature today. We're going to reach 88 on Saturday, 87 Monday, and then next week we're back into the mid 70s for our high temperatures. Because right now the days are getting shorter, ever so little at a time, and at 3,800 feet we don't carry heavy temperatures. We don't carry heavy humidity. The air can't carry it up here at 3,800. So can I say thinner air, higher elevation? But what a wonderful summer it's been. Very few days of bad smoky air, thankfully. Probably we've had 10 of them so far this year. Probably, hopefully we won't get any more, but we'll see. We hope for the best. Everybody else, welcome all to the show. We got a mixed game going on in the market right now, and it has been a mixed morning. The Dow has been trying to carry a gain all morning, and Nasdaq, S&P have been negative, but nothing dramatic. Most of the drama is happening in Nasdaq because that's where most of the drama has been happening. Nasdaq has had a run here, and it is only reasonable to expect a little bit of profit taking from time to time. Stocks like Tesla and Netflix and Microsoft and Google and Oracle and others, a number of them have had multi-day winning streaks. Some of them have had really nice long multi-day winning streaks. The Dow has had a multi-day winning streak. Same with Nasdaq. In Europe, the currencies, the German or the euro was having a 10, 12 day in a row winning streak against the US dollar. The British pound was having a good winning streak. They're all running into a bit of headwind right now, and that's to be expected. You don't go one way only on markets. Eventually, the markets will pause and reflect and readjust. So this morning we are seeing on stocks like, for example, Tesla, we have a pre-market quote right now of 278.80, down 12.40 from last night's close. We hit yesterday during the day, 299. 299.29. We're now at 279. So $20 off the high trade yesterday to where we are right now in the pre-market, to kind of give you an idea. But at 279, this stock is doing fantastically well. In the last week alone, on the 13th of July, a week ago, we were at 271. And if you go back in the last month, the low, what was this? 26th of June, 26th of June. So this barely, not even a month ago, 241 is where Tesla was, and that was a high number. 3 months ago, in the last 3 months, we were as low as 153 on April the 26th. April and May 16th, 166. May 24th, 183. 184 on the 25th. June 2nd, 213. June 8th, 234. June 13th, 258. June 20th, 274. July 5, 282. I mean, straight up from 153 to 299 from April to yesterday. A little much, a little too fast. There you go. So consolidating right now would not be a bad idea. Remember, the shares bottomed out at 108 101 was the low trade of the last 52 weeks. Now with a 299 handle yesterday, that's not quite a triple. Hello. And to be fair, let's not forget something else. These shares back in 2021, October 31, they were 407. So they went from 407 to 101 to 299, and now we're 279. So Tesla, as you all are very aware, is a volatile stock with a lot of daily volatility. Great to trade options in if you're a writer, not if you're a longer. Great to be a writer. You got to be careful with it because it can move 10, 15, 20 bucks in a session. But if you are an owner of deep in the money calls on Tesla and you got into this stock at the end of the end of last year, early this year, when we saw the shares dip under 125, 120, there are people on this channel who were buying $80 and $90 calls, good till January 2025, deep in the money calls. Some were buying $50 and $60 deep in the money calls because they wanted to be in that 90-10 rule with a lot of comfort. And we're writing 120 contracts and then rolled up to 140s and rolled up and, rolled over and on it went. Well, if you're an option writer on Tesla and you consistently do what you must do with rollovers, you are winning big time. And there are people here, a number of them, who are writers of Tesla contracts who are sitting right now on $250s to $320 contracts. Quite a few. And the good news with all of those folks is that when the stock topped at $299, that was the top of the premium curve the other day. I don't know if this is the top for a while. Do we back off for a week and then hit 320 next week? Maybe the week after that. But for now, there are a number of folks who are sitting here going, holy moly, I wrote calls at $25, $35, $40, and they're down already a quarter from where I wrote them at, just on this pullback. Wait till the opening here in the next hour. We'll see what happens. Could the shares go lower? Yes, they could. They could reach 240, 260 and hang around there for a month. They could. I just don't know if they will. The volatility on this stock is dramatic, and the CEO of the company, the number one guy, is a media star, and how he ties his shoelaces will tell the world just what might be going on. So they watch everything he does, everything he says, and the stock reflects that. And so sometimes the shares will move up when they have no business to do so. Sometimes they go down when they have no business to do so, and then they react like they should with a law of supply and demand, over exuberance on the upside or too much pessimism on the downside. So govern yourselves accordingly and keep an eye on things. But I'm excited about what's going on with those shares and the options. A lot of folks on this channel are making a nice bit of money out of Tesla contracts. Way to go. Other stocks. I noticed this morning that Netflix was off quite a bit from its run. We'll see how that lasts. Rocket Lab this morning was given a write-up. It looks like Rocket Lab was given a positive write-up, and we'll keep an eye on that share, on those shares. They're 786 right now in the pre-market, down 7 cents. They hit yesterday 805. Only 3 days ago, we were in the what range were we here? Here we go. We were down at 634 6 days ago. We were at 685 3 days ago. 685, 786 now, and we hit 804 yesterday. So Rocket Lab has had a really nice run. A week ago on the 13th, we were at 640 a share. So Rocket Lab has had a nice little pop here lately. 537 a share on the 26th of June. What's happened since then to now to make the stock do what it's doing? A number of factors are falling into place here. All good stuff. The company is being recognized by more and more analysts as a low-cost launcher of satellites. They are a company that you may recall 2 years ago when I started following Rocket Lab, they would lose $10 million every time they launched satellites into space because they were just perfecting the reusable rockets that they wanted to bring out. They hadn't yet brought out their latest version of rockets. Everything was brand new. Everything was being built one at a time. They are a far more efficient constructor of rocket parts and rocket booster engines, and they are a far more seasoned company in the ability to launch 6, 7 satellites at a time now. They can launch satellites for a very competitive price, probably the cheapest price on a volume basis out there. SpaceX, which is people think that is their competitor. It isn't their competitor because SpaceX does not launch low Earth orbit satellites. SpaceX launches high Earth orbit satellites. Rocket Lab stays in their little lane, and they're all by themselves, and they're generating money now. Every time they launch a rocket, they make a profit rather than lose money. And so the turnaround, the financial turnaround from one side of the equation to the other has happened. And it is now becoming obvious to analysts out there, this company is going to become a moneymaker. Now, there was a buy recommendation on the stock this morning that predicted the likelihood that Rocket Lab shares will rise to the point where the company will be market capped at over $10 billion, 10 to 11 billion market cap. At the moment, the market cap of Rocket Lab is 3.7 billion. We're talking about a tripling in the price of the stock from analysts. That's what's beginning to show up in certain, blogs and vlogs and what have you. So the realization that Rocket Lab could be a $10 billion market cap entity, putting the shares at about $20 to $25 a share, is what is beginning to be whispered about now. The whisper number. So to see the shares break 8 and then to break to 10 range and even to 12, say in the next 30, 60, 90 days, wouldn't be surprising, because if they're headed for 2025 anyway, they've done it before way back when, we'll watch it. Can't wait. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Those of you out there who are really into this stock, you've been long time loyal followers. You know that the shares once hit 18, $19 a share. But they are now beginning to show the highest levels in like over almost a year. Let me just double check here. In the last year, 805 was the high. That was yesterday. That was the new high for 52 weeks. The last time we were anywhere, we weren't even near here. 710 was in August. 710 last August. So we got a stock here now at levels that we haven't seen since about March 2022. Ballpark. We were $9 on March 13. We were $7.90 on March the 20th. We were $8.24 on January the 23rd, 2022. In December of 2021, we were at $12, and in November of 2020, we were $15.50. So this is where the stock has come from. Of course, back at that time, way back then, the markets were at all-time record highs for the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ. We didn't have interest rates like we do now. We didn't have inflation yet. It was still very quiet. Things have changed a lot, but this stock has begun to break out and is hitting new 52-week highs. Anything over 805, new year highs on Rocket Lab. I think we're going a lot higher. Sofi, we're at 973 this morning. We're down 13 cents. No worries here. Earnings coming out July 31. I'm not even impressed anymore when it breaks $10. I'm happy to see the $10 handle, but I'm actually looking for 10 to 12 in the 11, 12 range is where I'm looking for it to go now. I think that's the next level we're headed for. 1023 is the year high. Yesterday we touched 1013. So 50 cents from here, we have a new high for the year. And I think we will have new highs between now and the release of financials. This company is not losing subscribers. They're not losing customers. They're not losing deposits. They're not getting smaller. They are growing on their deposit base. They're growing on their cash flow. They're growing on their returns, growing on their margins, growing on every sector out there. Student loan program going forward, all good news for this company. So this next 3-6 months, huge potential growth here. Interest rates going up a quarter point this month and a quarter point in a few months again. Good news for this company. These guys are they're the winners in fintech. They are going to be the Walmart of fintech banking. It's ground floor, it's early days, and those of you who are into this thing are going to do very well. You're going to become option writers in the not too distant future, and then down the road, you're going to become, some of you are going to become owners of deep in the money calls on this stock. You're going to be able to sell your shares at a nice profit. You're going to turn around and buy deep in the money calls and practically double the number of contracts you're going to write at that time. And for some of you, you've got to get into this mindset. I'm trying to warn you. Your lives are going to change dramatically. You're going to be receiving $2 a share premiums on contracts or higher. $2 to $3 will not be uncommon for contracts 3-4 months out. And you're going to write double the number of contracts that you're going to start with, because you're likely going to convert your running stock into deep in the money calls. And this is where, for some of you out there, and maybe a number of you who are working right now and own SoFi inside 401ks, IRAs, and outside, the outside shares are definitely going to become deep in the money calls. And for some of you, you're going to go into the 40 to 80 calls at a time neighborhood. You're going to write 40 to 50 to 60 to 80 calls in a shot between $2 and $3 a piece. And you're going to bring in some serious money. That is what's coming your direction. For some of you who write 40 calls at $2 each, that's $8,000. You might just turn right around and buy more deep in the money calls and write those right away and try to leverage up to 50 and then 60 and 70. Those of you who start off at 80 calls, you'll bring in 16 grand. Those folks, you folks, are in a position where you can now decide, should I keep back 5,000 cash and live off of that for the next 30, 40 days and use the rest to add to the position, quit my day job? Or do I keep working and throw all of it into additional calls and get myself to a 100 call writing capacity and bring in $20,000 to $25,000 every 3-4 months? There's where the dividing line comes, because for some of you, you're going to go, well, if I can bring in $21,000 every 3 months on this thing, and I can live on $5,000 a month. I need $15,000 in 3 months to get by. I just brought in $21,000. I can keep adding to my deep in the money call position, keep raising the capital coming in, and take out $5,000 a month on average to live on. This is the dividing line between keeping your day job and not doing it anymore. So that's exciting. Those of you who are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you're just trying to build your retirement account. You're just trying to build this pot of cash, this asset base, so that when you do retire, you have something to fall back on other than Social Security. There are a number of you out there who are going to be sitting on, or already sitting on 3, 5, 8, 12, 15, 20,000 SoFi that you acquired a time and again the last year and a half, and you're all sitting on $5 and $6 and $7 and $8 averages. This thing reaches $12, $14 a share. You're writing $15 and $16 and $17 calls. Your account will be worth a lot more money, and it'll be generating revenues that you'll probably just turn around and keep buying the stock to keep writing more contracts and make it pay you. And so some of you out here who are watching me, you thought you were going to have you figured you were $50 to $150,000 in your retirement account. You're going to probably build that to a quick 200,000 to 400,000 range, 200,000 to 400,000 range, and now you're going to draw income in on it. And over the next couple of years, you could literally double it again, and that'll take you to 400,000 to 800,000 to a million to beyond. And you're going to see the light where at age 55, 58, 62, whatever, you finally have enough money in your IRA or 401k where you can say, this is where I should have been 10 years ago. I should have been reaching $1 million in savings 10 years ago, but I didn't because I didn't put enough in my 30s, or what I put the money into was bond type funds and they just didn't deliver, or whatever the excuse. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you've turned it around. You've taken control of your lives. You're controlling your own asset base. And Sofi has gone from a $30,000, $40,000 investment to a $250,000 investment, and it's making a huge difference. And yeah, darn right it is. And at light speed here, because once we start moving from the 7 range to the 10 range, now to the 12 range, to the 14 range, this is getting serious, and it is getting very lucrative. And a number of you are going to have to get used to a new normal. And the new normal is you're not dealing with 5 figures anymore in your retirement account. You're dealing with a 6-figure account, and it's got a 2 handle, a 3 handle, a 4 handle, or a 5 handle. You're dealing with between $200,000 and $500,000 of wealth, rather than sitting on $85,000 after 15, 20 years of saving, nothing to show for it. Now you have something to show for it. Welcome to the party, pal. I've got to convert you, though. Many of you out there are not used to winning, and you're not used to holding winners. You are a terrible investor when it comes to winning on an investment. You are a seller the moment you make money. You're just so desperate that I want to lock it in. I want to lock it in. I have to turn your brains the other direction and turn you into Warren Buffett's, which is hard to do because there's only one Warren Buffett. There are thousands of Warren Buffett wannabes, millions. But to become this kind of individual, it takes a special kind of mentality. And I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that you folks who are sitting on 5,000 SoFi, 10,000 SoFi, 50,000, so whatever, you don't sell any of it. The only time you sell it is to buy deep in the money calls, because you're going to use your SoFi as the instrument with which to generate revenue into your hands on a consistent annual basis forever. And this is going to be the instrument that you're going to live off of. The cash flow from SoFi contracts is what you're going to live off of. You're never going to sell them. That is the strategy here. Now, long term, those of you who sell stock and buy deep in the money calls, the shares keep rising and rising over time. You'll roll your calls, of course. You'll sell off maybe $10 calls and pick up $15 calls because the stock's at 30 or 35. When the shares hit 45, 50, you'll go from 15s to 20s to 25s. When the shares go to 60, 70, $80, you'll go from 20, 25s to 35s, 40s. You'll always move up your deep in the money calls, of course. You're going to write more contracts, more contracts, more contracts. In other words, you're getting a raise every 2 to 3 months. You're getting a raise. You're never going to get this kind of performance from your job. That is why so many are going to quit. Those of you in retirement age area, you might become, like if you're in your late 50s and 60s, you might quit your full-time job to just do something part-time. Much easier on the noggin, much easier physically, keeps you engaged, but you're working this account, growing it out. And when it's time to work withdrawals from your IRA, you'll do it on a tax advantage basis with your tax advisor guiding you, but you're still going to keep writing calls into your 60s and 70s and 80s. You're going to still be generating revenue. And the hope is, cross your fingers, what you're bringing in to the IRA in new capital is more than you're taking out. It's still growing in size. That's the ultimate retirement. Inflation won't get you ever. The tax man won't get you ever. You'll complain about paying taxes, but you can afford to pay them. That's what you want. With the husband and wife income splitting and all kinds of strategies, again, you've got to talk to your tax advisor. I can't help you there. Okay, there it is. I see the future. It looks good. I'm excited for you guys. Oh man, it's going to be fun. Welcome everybody to the show. Nice to see you here. What else is going on? I saw an article about the NASDAQ is going to rebalance. What does this mean in plain English? It might mean that 7 stocks won't dominate the entire index as it does now. It might mean that 7 particular big cap stocks will still move the NASDAQ, but not quite as much as it does now. It might mean that. I'll wait until I see it, and then we'll know. Right now, I'm guessing like you are. Thank you, Nucio, Spicy Android. Thank you, guys. Stephen Carney, thank you for these thumbs ups. Matthew, Maria, Double D, thank you for the thumbs ups this morning. How you doing, everybody? Let's see what else is going on here. Splair can't wait to work part time. I love working part time. I have already a week until Saturday where I work once per another 2 weekend. Way to go there, Splair. You gotta love the way this is working. Let's go. Here we go. Alex is saying, good morning, everybody. It looks like March 24, June 24, September 24 dates have been added on SoFi options chains. So new contracts are showing up on SoFi, and that is to be expected. I don't see it yet on my market watch, but March, June, and September 24s, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Also, we have right now August, September, October, and December 23s. I don't know if we'll see November's, but I think we should. Then we should get February, then the March, then we should get April, May. We'll get monthlies popping up on SoFi. They'll all pop up here because of activity. So, yeah, get ready for that. Thank you very much, Alex, for mentioning that. If any of you do see changes in the option, creations and stuff, let me know so I can pass it on to everybody. That would be fantastic. Nice stuff, everybody. Welcome to the party, pals. Half an hour away now from opening on the session. AI is sitting at $39.94. It's down 80 cents in the pre-market. Those of you who are writing options that die tomorrow, I know you're watching with bated breath what's going on there. Those of you who've written options for next week, you're watching this very, very closely. 80-cent move on AI, a nothing burger, a typical day now. We're all used to this kind of activity too, aren't we? All right, let's take a look at the pre-market here and see what we got going on here. We've got Rocket Lab at 787, down 6 cents. We got SoFi at 972, down 13. GameStop sitting at 23, down 18 cents, still early. We've got nothing on Matterport. We're up 2 pennies on 23andMe at 190 now. Spire is up half a penny at 71.8. Anybody else moving here? Apple down 113. Goldman down 55 cents. Cisco down 29. Tesla's off 1240 to 278.80. ARC Innovations off 86 cents. Microsoft down 97 cents. Pfizer off a penny. HPQ down 15. Google is off 71. Amazon down 143. NVIDIA is off 538 at the moment. Unity down $1, and AI is off 86 cents. That's what we have happening right at the moment on this market. Speculation out there about what's going to happen with interest rates, inflation. There's talk that some of the pros out there are saying, we think inflation has backed off almost as far as it is going to back off. We've kind of come down to this 3 to 5% range officially, but in real life, some of you are seeing 3% inflation to 10% inflation. In North America, that might be true. In Europe, it might be worse. Again, it also depends on your currency. If your country's currency is losing value to the American dollar, your prices are rising dramatically. If your currencies are gaining against the American dollar, your prices are dropping or moderating. And this is beginning to show in the UK and parts of Europe. But the euro is at 112 or so, not at 130. And the pound is not at $1.50 to the US dollar. It is not that high. And so there's a possibility that if the rates in the US, as predicted, will go up another half a percentage point, that would put pressure on currencies to lose value against the American dollar, therefore making American imports cheaper for Americans, good for Americans, but imports for other countries that buy and do business in US will have higher prices. So we'll watch for that. Energy trade, even with the heat, all the heat out there, natural gas prices haven't surged in value. There's a glut of natural gas. Also, on the oil front, there's a glut of oil. And yes, it's hot out there, and energy is needed to produce air conditioning, electricity, and so on. But we don't need energy in the evenings to warm up anybody's homes. And so it's only a so many hour a day phenomenon that electricity is required to cool off office buildings, homes, and shopping malls, and so on. That seems to be the take out there. The question now will be, as the fall approaches and we hit this sweet spot where we don't need furnaces to fire up and we don't need air conditioners to fire up either, we have this sort of sweet area. Will energy prices really slump in this low time period because kids are back at school, holiday travel is backed off, the driving season is over? I mean, right now in America, this is the height of the summer driving season, and we don't have crude at $100 a barrel. Interesting stuff. So we'll watch all that, see how that all plays out. Not a lurker anymore. Good morning. I am number 80. Welcome all. Alex, I might roll up and out on my $7.50 SoFi January puts. Could be a busy day. I predict the GameStop drop to the 22 range. Yeah, I would say, Alex, that that SoFi, those of you who have written the 7.5 puts, the sixes, and you've made some money on them, you might want to take advantage of scoring them back at a nice profit and looking to write nines instead of 7.5s, writing higher priced puts for, say, January of 2024, so that you can take advantage of what we're wondering about, this $9.50 to $11-12 range on SoFi. Start making money on nines and tens. Bring in more money. Good morning from Coffee Kids Trading, number 81, Zeta State. Good morning, everybody. Touch grass. I too see GameStop dropping to 22 or less. Bobby Atkinson, speaking of currency, Cuba is running everything at the US dollar. Also asked, out of 500 plus, I guess 200 are Canadian, 190 are Russian. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but yeah, Cuba is definitely watches closely the U.S. dollar and tries to trade as much as it can in American currency. It is a de facto default currency. Apparently, this morning I read that the central bank in Greece raised interest rates overnight again to try to shore up their currency and hang on to their economy. We'll see how that plays out. Let's see. They got all kinds of problems in Turkey. I mean, problems. Let's see here. We have 24 minutes to go. Thank you, everybody. U.S. stock futures sink as Netflix, Tesla weigh on the NASDAQ. Let's see. What are they saying here about all this sort of stuff? What's driving the markets? Investors were reminded Thursday that when stocks rise swiftly and are afforded rich valuations, earnings results that are good on the surface may still not be good enough. That makes sense. The S&P 500 index and the NASDAQ composite closed yesterday at 15-month highs after jumping 18.9% and 37% respectively for the year to date, as cooling inflation has revived hopes that the Federal Reserve can soon stop raising borrowing costs. So the market is way ahead of the Fed, and is way ahead of the reality of the situation. So we'll see how that goes. Helping drive those gains, of course, were Tesla, up 136% so far in 2023 to sport a price to projected earnings ratio of 86. Netflix is up 62%. The PE multiple on Netflix, 42. Yeah, they're a little high, a little too rich right now for those kinds of earnings. But that's what we have. Earnings are still coming out here. American Airlines, Johnson & Johnson, and Blackstone are bringing out numbers, and they've all brought out interesting numbers. American Airlines is expecting higher profits all this year. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's see. American Airlines easily exceeded expectations with its latest results and offered a more upbeat profit outlook for the year. Carvana up 40%, have soared following second quarter results, and of course their new refinancing of their debt as well. Certain stocks have done incredibly well this year so far, include of course the airlines and also the cruise line stocks. They have done well, but I will say it again and again and again and again: do not touch cruise line stocks with a 10-foot cattle prod. You don't want to be anywhere near those, because those stocks will be the worst performers if in any way energy runs up in price, interest rates go higher than projected, a recession begins to take hold in America. Cruise line stocks will get crushed because they will lose 10-15% of their clientele very quickly. And that is the hoped for profit margin. That's where the profit's supposed to come from. The last 15% of the people booking on a cruise are supposed to be all profit cruisers. But the problem is these cruise lines aren't running at 70% capacity. They're running at 105. They can't go to 130% capacity. People will not tolerate lineups to go into bathrooms for 20 minutes on a cruise ship. They're going to start peeing off the side of the ship. Not good. No, we can't have that. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. All right. Let's see. Alex, Uncle Bruce, I'd score about a 30% profit in about a month. That's good money. Thanks. I'll look at March 9th. There you go. David Flores, IBM announced earnings last night. Mixed as always, it seems. They were AI. They were AI before AI was cool. Pays a great dividend. Someday they'll get love like Microsoft and Google, etc. A fumbler. My friend's mom just retired from IBM. She makes over $60,000 a year just on dividends on IBM she owns, and more power to her. A career spent there. That is the payoff. You put your career in there, you're going to be paid out the other direction. This is fine by me. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, IBM. It's a cash generator. I mean, look, IBM is a cash generating machine. 135 yesterday, up 12 cents was the final quote there. Let's take a look here at IBM this morning. What's it doing right now? There we go. 133.74 down, $1.74. The yield on the stock is 4.9%. That is better than a 10-year treasury, and it is predictably good. They're just going to keep rolling on. They're not a sexy stock by any means. Absolutely not sexy. I agree with that. But you know what? They're a cash generator, solid entity, and AI is going to work wonders for them. They will do quite nicely. So yeah, you can buy the stock, or you can buy deep in the money calls. If you buy the stock, you get the 4.9% dividend yield, and you can write options on it. But it's $13,300 per 100 shares to write one contract. If you buy deep in the money calls, if you can buy maybe $80 or $90 calls, I'm not sure, under the 90-10 rule, maybe you can acquire contracts for less than $5,000 a contract. If that's possible, maybe $6,000. At half the money, you can write double the number of contracts. So instead of writing, if you've got I don't know, say you got about 40 grand lying around, you can buy 300 shares or 6 deep in the money calls. Well, write 6 calls at a time instead of 3. you have to do the mathematics. How much money can you bring in for additional 3 calls versus writing 3 fewer calls and taking the dividend at 5% a year? If it's $40,000 that you're dealing with and you can get 5% on it, roughly, you're getting $2,000 a year in dividend income. Well, can you get more than $2,000 a year income from writing 3 contracts at a time on IBM? If you can write 3 calls every 3 months, you write 90-day calls, and then with about 20 days to go, you buy those back and write another 90, something like that. You could do this 4 times. You need to generate $500 every 3 months from 3 calls. So each call has got to give you $1.70 a share, roughly, net return. Can you outdo that? Now, the other upside of it is, perhaps, is if you have 6 deep in the money calls instead of 300 shares, and the shares do rise to 155 in the next 6 months, you're up $20 a contract on your deep in the money contracts as well. So that times 6 is $2,000 a contract gain, times 6, that's a $12,000 capital gain in value. Yes, the shares have gone up $20 a share, and if you had 300, you're up money on those, but you're up 12 grand versus 6 grand with the deep in the money calls versus owning the shares. And you may have an opportunity down the road, if the shares run higher, to roll your deep in the money calls from 80s to 100s or 90s to 120s, and that might put you into a 1 more call that you can now write 7 at a time, and or of course writing 6 calls at a time could bring in enough capital that you could add another deep in the money call to your portfolio from time to time from premiums. And so now you have premiums giving you more calls and occasional rollovers giving you more calls. And perhaps in a year or two, instead of writing 6 calls, you're writing 10 to 12 calls. There's double your revenue from 6, which is double from 3. Hello. If you're a shareholder, you have 300 shares now, you're going to have 300 shares in a year from now, because you're not going to get enough money in to buy another 100 shares easily. That's going to take a lot longer, because you can only do it from premiums and dividends. But if you need cash from the option writing program to live on, then you're not going to add to your share total unless you have maybe 1,000 shares now. You might bring in more money than you need to live on, and you can roll up. But with deep in the money calls, if you've got 10, 15, or 20 deep in the money calls on IBM, you should be able to make a nice living from your contracts. Nicely done. For for Frumbler's friend's mom, bringing in 60 grand a year, 5,000 a month average, 15,000 every 3 months. Giddy up. Plus Social Security. Thank you. Now, your friend's mom could write options on those shares for added income, but someone's going to need to take some lessons, and there you go. All right, JR, number 96. Good morning, everybody. Bobby, good morning, JP. Hawkeye is here, number 98 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you for hitting the thumbs ups meters, everybody. Appreciate you all being here today. We're at 100 thumbs ups now, going for 200. Yesterday, we hit 200 and more. Thank you all for helping out yesterday with the thumbs ups. Very much appreciated. Always giving this show added momentum on the YouTube analytics. I love you for it. Thank you. Yes, we had 222 thumbs ups yesterday. Thank you very, very much. That was well appreciated for sure. All right, guys. Thank you for being here this morning. What else is going on here? 107 thumbs ups. Now here they go. Thank you, guys. Watching, like I say, just all kinds of stuff here. The Europeans are definitely in a recession, and it's nasty. It's an inflation. There's an inflation bite going on over there that is really taking the sales out of a lot of Europeans' spending plans, holiday plans, purchasing of cars or furniture, or making improvements to their homes. A high number of Europeans are getting hit hard with lower buying power from their fixed incomes that they have. As strong as Europe is on its social network, they are getting whacked right now with a lower standard of living, and it's kind of like a half a percentage point here, a half a percentage point there. Every few months, they realize their income coming in doesn't go as far as it did 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and they're feeling poor. They admit it, no question about it. Every time there's a price increase, it's straight out of their bottom line. Sure, there are unions in Europe fighting for higher wages, but the reality is a lot of Europeans are not getting raises equal to inflation, and they're losing out on that battle, and that is causing the economies of a number of European countries to shrink, not expand. Not good. Okay. BW says that it seems that Mexico has overtaken China as America's top trading partner. So there's Mexican MSG or something. I don't know what that means. Z Estate, 100 thumbs ups. As Crazy 49er, I'm 103. DQ, I am 104, Bruce. Let's see. Are there any yoinks emojis? If not, I'm sad. Bjorn is here, number 105. Hi from Sweden. Bjorn, how you doing, pal? Welcome to the show. Zed, Uncle Bruce Tesla's down this morning after earnings. Think it'll bounce back. Not quickly. I don't think quickly, but I could be dead wrong. Alberta, good morning. Bagel Familia, Kaiser Trip. Uncle Bruce, did you, good morning, Bruce, did you listen to Tesla earnings? My opinion was very positive. Do you think the market will be flat roughly for the next month? Thank you. Possible. Tesla is a stock that can react just on Elon Musk doing that. That can move the stock $20 a share, so I can't predict. Mr. Premium, the option, I'll be running a Tesla cash secured put at the opening. There you go. Bobby, Jim C. does. He was just talking about it on CNBC. Larry Titus, good morning. All number 114 on the thumbs up meter for Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. 11 minutes away from Larry hitting the bells to get this market going today. Let's see what's going on. There's a headline that just popped up here that I find interesting. It says, let me just pop this over here. Here are the latest signs that Americans are running out of savings. That's an interesting comment. The chief economist, Christophe Berard of Market Securities, pointed to the New York Fed survey, which found that the average likelihood of a credit applicant needing $2,000 in the next month rose to the highest level since Feb 21, when the average likelihood of being able to come up with $2,000 fell to its lowest level since Feb 22. The number of Americans who say they were rejected for a loan reaches the highest rate in 5 years. That's interesting too. The latest Fed releases suggest household finances deteriorated over the past few months, with savings falling sharply. It raises concerns about future consumption, as several factors are already expected to weigh on spending by the end of the year, raising the possibility of a recession. And that is exactly what can happen without any question whatsoever. We had a dip in savings in between 2008, 2009. We went into a real recession there. We had a dip in savings in 02, 03. We had a recession for a while there. This dip coming up is definitely gaining momentum. Investment analyst at Penn Mutual says that the Johnson Red Book Index of same-store sales growth turned negative for the first time since March 2020. This could be a troubling sign that we head into the second quarter earnings reporting for retail companies. One example was Levi Strauss lowered revenue guidance, which the company said was a result of low and middle income pressures, as well as the revenue miss at luxury giant Richemont. So interesting what we're seeing and hearing here. These little announcements, these little press releases really have to be paid attention to. It is definite. And here's another announcement that just makes sense with the one I just said here about savings drying up. Apple appears to be making rapid inroads in buy now, pay later. This is a classic sign of reduced cash on hand for people when they go into the buy now, pay later game. This is financing your existing purchases, forwarding payments on items you'd normally pay cash for. This is a sign of a slowing economy. in certain areas. There's no question that in America, Canada, and the other G8, G10 countries, the middle class and lower, which means 60% of the population of North America at least, is middle class or lower. Upper middle class or higher is maybe 40%. It might only be 30%. Majority of people in this North American continent of ours, at least, are finding that they're getting poorer in subtle little ways. And one of them is their savings have run out from the COVID days. They're spending again, they're traveling again, they're out there again. And now they are finding ways to elongate and be able to maintain a semblance of their lifestyle. Buy now, pay later. And for some folks, buy now, pay later has to do with luxury items, non necessary for life type items. You might buy this new phone right now rather than wait 6 months. So you buy now, pay later over the next year for that. But more and more people are doing the buy now, pay later for necessities, and they are utilizing finance firms that offer buy now, pay later type financing loans for clothing, for food, for paying the gas bill, paying electric, getting a car repaired that unexpectedly broke down. We have got more and more North Americans in particular who are finding that they need to find short-term financing for certain needs that have now come up. And they don't have the cash. They don't have it. They're now utilizing future cash flow to handle needs today. That means 6 months, a year from now, they're not buying anything. They're buying just the basics and paying off these debts 6 months from now, slowing down the economy up from 60% of the world. That's not good. Our first trade is offering now for switches and partial portfolio switches $250. Zeta State, I have a few cash secured puts on Tesla expiring September 15, strike 210. 184 premium. Should I buy it back, roll, or just wait it out? I would be rolling. $1.84 isn't worth your time. It isn't worth your time to make a $1.84 on Tesla. You should be making $11 on Tesla, $10 on Tesla. Make a move to a higher strike. Go further out in time. Bring in money. These are nickels and dimes you're playing with. It's not worth your time. Avivash, bonjour. Bagel fans, 118. Touch grass, Apple's $3,500 headset. Buy now, pay a lot later. No kidding. Coyote, buongiorno. Welcome. 5 minutes until we open for trading. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. Don't forget, we got a class coming up next week, Saturday, the 29th of July, noon Eastern time. You're welcome to join us. The class will be called How to Use Other People's Money to Make Money in the Options Market. We're going to be talking about some positive credit spreads here that will give you power to write calls against even stocks like Tesla comfortably. Microsoft, Tesla, Adobe, Netflix, and others. Right now, a lot of you are restricted because of cash on hand. You are really writing put contracts or call contracts on lower price stock rather than $100 plus, $200 plus, $300 plus stock out there. What we're coming up with here with class number 16, I'm going to bring you up to the level of an asset manager at a hedge fund. You're going to be able to now write calls against much higher price stock, and you're going to limit your risk dramatically and improve your likelihood of return phenomenally. Join us for that. Can't wait. 29th of July, make a donation to my PayPal account, $150 over there, and you will be at it. Make sure, however, please do this. You guys, half of you guys forget. Send me a private email after you do that. Send $150 to the PayPal account, and then at brucefarmer@hotmail.com say, I just sent you $150. Please make sure to send the link for the live class to my email address right here from where I'm writing you from. So now I don't screw it up and try to send you link to an email address at your office or something. I need to know, where are you going to be July 29th, Saturday at noon Eastern for the class. And so thank you all very much for being part of this class coming up. There's a number of you signing up. Coyote, I am number 119. Thank you. I'm very much looking forward to the class, says White Feather. BW, buy now, pay later equals dad idea or bad idea. It's a short-term loan, sets up for defaults galore, and it's a newer version of what we used to have, layaways. Difference, they paid over time, then they got the product. In Germany, Splayer says it's kind of a buy now, pay later spirit. It's even possible in medicine. Honestly, I used to get additional time before I cash out the needed amount. There you go. Again, it's not uncommon where people used to use credit cards to get a big ticket item, and then they would pay their credit card off, $200 a month for 5 months or something. But the problem with a credit card is the interest rate that you're paying is outrageous, outlandish. And so that defeated any kind of deal you would get on merchandise. But anyway, buy now, pay later is definitely a phenomenon that is catching on, and it is a sign, I think, of a slowing economy. I believe that too. I'm with any analyst that agrees with that we're getting to witness the unraveling of the all cash economy to now a credit economy, which really means we're going to slow down. We're going to have a slowdown here. My hunch is that. Okay, there you go. All right, let's see. We are opening in a minute. Rocket Lab down a dime, SoFi down 21, GameStop down 15, Matterport up 2, 23andMe is up 2. We've got Apple down 16, Goldman down $1, Cisco down 37, Tesla down 1160, 1170, Arc Innovations off 95, Microsoft down 178, Pfizer down 5 cents, HBQ up 3, Google down 72, Amazon down 140, Nvidia off 550, Unity down 120, and AI down 92 to 39.82. We're going to find out how the market wants to react with all of this in the next few moments. Thank you, Larry Titus, as always, for ringing the bells for us. And let's go. Thanks, pal. Here we go. We are up, we're running, we're opening, and we're going to see how we trade on the day today. We might have a dip to open the market, but the dip might only last 15, 20 minutes, maybe an hour, and then we may have a turnaround to new highs. Don't be shocked at that. I'm not calling it, but I'm warning you to watch for it. You never, ever know. Whoa, IBM is up, says David Flores. Right now, the Dow looks to be ahead 88 points. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm not sure. It's too early to tell at the moment. Where we might be up 80 odd. Yeah, down 9 on S&P, down 80 on NASDAQ. All righty. Let's see. Noticing some interest rate pops here and there. Let me take a look at Treasury notes. The U.S. 10-year is at 3.81, definitely higher from 3.75. The German 10-year note is climbing about 1/10 of a point here. The UK rate slightly higher, about 5/100ths of a percentage point. Currencies, the euro is dropping down to 111.8 from 112.2, definitely falling off. The pound is dropping from 129, almost 130 to 128.69. So the European currencies are giving up some of the gains that they've had, where they were running up almost 2 straight weeks every day higher. Now they're giving up some ground there. In Europe, the markets seem to be positive, 2/3 of a point for London, 1/5 of a point higher in Germany, France 0.4. But in America right now, we're up 1/3 of a point for the Dow, 100 points, 110 points. We got the S&P down just 8, make it 7. NASDAQ down 73. That's a 0.5 percentage point at the moment. That's what we have to start with. So will this market go positive like the Dow is positive as the morning wears on, or will the NASDAQ accelerate its losses? We're only off 70, though. That's now 67 points. We're not getting a big sell-off on NASDAQ at this point. 131 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for the 131. This is good stuff. Thank you, everybody. Financial Mischief is saying, I've been telling my wife to stop using her Kohl's credit card. The interest rate on that card right now is 30%. It's absolutely ridiculous. Unbelievable. Yikes. That's expensive. That is really expensive money. Matterport down 2 pennies. Nvidia down 4.30 right now at 4.66 a share. Sofi is at $9.70, down about 15 cents. Now at 9.74, only down 11 cents. So Sofi is actually coming on. The low of the session was 9.59. We're now 9.74. So 15-cent bump up, only down 11 cents. Now 9.76. We're only down 9 on Sofi. So Sofi's coming on. Rocket Lab at 7.85, down 8 cents. GameStop down 3 cents. Nothing to worry about there. 23.14. AI at 39.90, down 84. Smart Rent up 1.5. Owens Corning down 170, 179 to 134.55. ATIP unchanged. Unity down 117. Tesla down 12.80 at 278.38. I'm expecting Tesla maybe 260, 280. Might be in that neighborhood. It might be 250 to 285. We'll see how wide this range goes. Will it go straight to 310 today? It shouldn't, but it could. But it shouldn't. We've had such a run on it that some profit taking might be happening here. 279.27, but a $10 swing either direction from here is very possible. Apple up 88 cents, Google up 17, Moderna up $1 to 126.18. Cisco's down 21 cents, Pfizer off a penny, IBM up 289 to 138.86. HPQ down 17, Microsoft up 97 cents, ME no change here. Amazon down $1, Spire off 2 pennies. Home Depot up $1.12. Vanik Semiconductors down 266 to 155.92. Apparently, Taiwan Semiconductor missed on some kind of earnings number of some kind. The high of the year for Vanik, 160.79, is now 155.90, within $5 of its high of the year. Netflix down $37.95 to $439.64. Profit taking coming in big time on Netflix. Adobe down $1, Goldman up $2.40, Boeing up $1.90, Facebook down $1.90, Meta, Target up 26, JP Morgan up 80, Costco up 88 cents, Walmart up 44 cents, Disney down 84, American Airlines down $1 with optimistic numbers being talked about for the balance of the year, down to 17.59. DraftKings down 14 cents. That is the story at the moment. The Dow up 146, 150 range, S&P down just $4, 4 points, and NASDAQ down 67. Oil up 55 cents a barrel. Okay. What else is going on here? BW, the default for missing a payment on buy now, pay later is 25 to 29%. Yikes. No one needs discretionary stuff that bad. Look at all the cars bought, now repos from purchases over the past 3 years. It is bad, the number of repossessions. JR just pulled 4,500 off the table on this dip. Thank you so much, Tesla. There you go, JR. Well done. I know a guy who wrote some Tesla calls the other day. He rolled up and wrote some 310s. The guy's a genius. He's doing really well. He got some pretty timely advice there. 279 on Tesla, down 11.30, and he wrote 310s. Not bad. There you go. 163 gain on the Dow. Nvidia still down 340. SoFi only off 10 cents at 9.75. Rocket Lab down 7 cents. GameStop down 17. AI down 84. Partial fractional losses. Nothing serious. Thoughts on ATIP and Spire? ATIP, I'm waiting for a brand new marketing plan, a new finance plan. I'm waiting for the final reorganization of the company's shares. No idea when that's going to happen. Spire, they keep coming out with great announcements, one after the other. Almost every week, another one. Contracts being signed like crazy. They had some satellites get launched by Rocket Lab the other day. Successfully launched. I'm waiting for an analyst. I'm waiting for analysts to come out and say, this little company is going to do quite nicely. These guys are scoring these really nice contracts with these huge organizations with senior government clearance as well. This little company is going to become a winner, but no one has yet said that. And so I wait. There are viewers here who are nibbling away at Spire. They're just buying it up. But we need the stock to go over $1, or it's going to have to be rolled back. Now, is the rollback 5 for 1, 10 for 1? I don't know. If that's going to happen, I do not know. If they did a 10 for 1 rollback on Spire and the shares started trading at $7-8, then we're going to look at writing options to bring in some cash to buy more. But at the moment, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Jules, that's me. Thank you. There you go. All right. Thank you all of you today for these thumbs ups. We appreciate it. We now have a total of 135 of them. Let's keep them coming in. Thank you very much. Thank you, those of you out there who've been subscribing to this channel, and then those of you who are members of this channel. Thank you again for becoming members and joining this gang of regulars that are here every day. We love having you. We'd love to have you become a member. We're going to shift over right now to member-only comment. Thank you all again so much for being followers of my channel. The membership levels, it's what it's all about. That's what keeps us on the air. I thank you all for being part of the membership group. Chillin' with Uncle Bruce or Gold Bagel member. We thank you very much. Jen and I love you for it. Okay, there it is. Let's go. Let's see what happens here. Got the updates going through here. We're still down 8 on Rocket Lab, down 9 on SoFi, down 12 on GameStop. Matterport down 4. 23andMe up a penny. Spire down a penny. And ATIP at $7.80 a share. We've got Apple up $1 now. We've got Goldman up $5. Cisco down 47. Tesla down 11.50 at 279. ARC Innovations down $1. Microsoft $1.49 higher, and Pfizer up 9. HBQ down 29 cents. Google up 89. Amazon down 124. Nvidia down 450. Unity down 128, and AI is off 79 cents. It's a mixed market at the moment, and we'll see what happens. 162 point gain on the Dow. And we're up 350 on IBM at 138.98. That's nice to see. At the moment, that's the story. Tesla down 1280 to 278 right here, and waiting to see how this market wants to react. All right, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to the party, pals. Let's see what gives. We've got more comments coming in. The Big E is saying that ATIP had a warning letter from the NYSE that the market cap was too low. Deadline to respond 45 days from June 28th. And Cameron, go SoFi, go. Bobby, they already responded. ATIP did the 50 to 1. That's right. Marcus, 136, thumbs up. Richard, Bobby, now ATIP needs to be at 50 million for market cap on NYSE. Lame Duck sold all my ATIP. What a joke. Luca, SoFi to parity, and now back and forth to 10. Ha. Let's hope so. 984, we're just about there. Yes, Luca, we're climbing on your SoFi. Again, here we go. We're only down 6 cents on Rocket Lab. We're down 1 penny on SoFi. Nvidia down $5. Matterport down a nickel. GameStop down 17. AI down 92. The Dow up 151. S&P down 5. NASDAQ down 71. There you go. And there you have it. Yeah, the ATIP story, I'm disappointed in it, of course, because I believe in their business overall. I think physical therapy is a huge growth area, but that company needs to be financially reorganized. And the number one debtor of the company, which is the number one shareholder, needs to reorganize their shareholdings and needs to get that company recapitalized. And I don't know what the plan is. I have no idea what's going on. And so we're in the dark here, waiting. That's all I got. We're up 2 pennies on your SoFi, 9.90 right now, 9.90 a share on SoFi. The high of the day, 9.92, just about there, 3.2 million traded. We're climbing now on SoFi. 12 minutes in, we're up a nickel on SoFi shares. Rocket Lab down a penny. We're about to go green on Rocket Lab. There you have it. Thank you very much. We'll take the green shoots all over the place. Thank you very much. Let's see what's going on. Fun times. What else is going on here? AI only down 64 cents to 40.10. We've got Unity down 130, Tesla down $14 to 276.94. Apple is up 104 to 196 now. The all-time high for Apple, 198.23. So we're only a couple of bucks away from the high of all time on Apple shares. Google up 113. The market cap on Google now $1.55 trillion, up 113 a share. The 52-week high on Google, 129.55, $6 or less away from that. We've got Cisco at 52.08, down 35 cents. Pfizer's up 20 now to 36.64. The 52-week low on Pfizer, 35.35. We're now 36.64. It's a bargain down here, trading at 7.3 times earnings. Pfizer, cheap stock. IBM 139.08, having a great day, up $3.60. 4.91% yield. The company just keeps on ticking. HPQ down 31. Microsoft up 177 here. ME is at 188.8. Amazon 134.61, up down 75 cents. Spire sitting at 70. Home Depot 318.74, down 74. Vanik Semiconductors off 270, about 155.85 a share. Netflix at 441, down $36. That's the story there. Robert Benson, thank you, my friend. 143 on the thumbs up meter. Appreciate it. Giddy up, everybody. Let's keep this party going. A 133-point gain on the Dow. SoFi up a couple of cents, 987. Rocket Lab 792, down 1 penny. The high today, 794. We're right at it at 562,000 shares volume on Rocket Lab. And there was a positive article on it this morning. All righty, there you go. What is going on, people? Welcome to the party, everybody. It's nice to have you here, and congratulations, option writers. It's been a good year. Oh, my. All righty. Cool bean stuff. We have 144 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. Appreciate those. Keep them coming on in if you could. That would be much appreciated. Rocket Lab is green now. Rocket Lab 797. We're going higher, going for $8 again and beyond on your Rocket Lab. SoFi holding a 1 penny gain right now. GameStop is only off 13 cents. AI only off 48. We're about to go green on some of these other stocks of ours. From where I sit, we are going to see some green quotes. 112 gain on Apple, 530 on Goldman. We're higher over there. Microsoft up 186, Pfizer up 21, Google up 158. We got green showing in some of these stocks and more coming our way, I think. 797, 798 on Rocket Lab, 986, 987 on SoFi. We're green on both of those right now. Thank you very much. All right, 146 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody. Dow's up 180, and S&P wants to come green. We're only down 2 points on S&P. We're about to go green there the way it's going. Momentum coming in. This sell-off 16 minutes in, that's all there is. Is that it? Was there just a little blip at the opening and now we're going higher? It might be the plan. The way this market is reacting right now. NVIDIA down less than $4 now. That is improving as well. SoFi 989 up 4. Rocket Lab up 5. GameStop down 12 cents. Hang on one sec. I got to close my window. Too much racket going on. There we go. I don't need to hear that. Thank you very much. I don't want to compete with some tree munching machine or whatever the hell that is. There you go. Bobby, I'm hoping they open new Rocket Lab option dates next week. Double D, I'm waiting to the end of the year on ATIP. After that, I'll take my loss to the IRS. There you go. We did find out from Alex this morning that new SoFi option dates have been added for 2024. Don't be surprised with Rocket Lab and others. We will soon have monthly contracts available, probably for the next 4 to 6 months, on a whole bunch of additional stocks. That is usually done automatically. SoFi now $9.94. We're up 9. We're climbing again. $8 on Rocket Lab. Here we go. We're back to 8 on Rocket Lab now, on 857,000 shares. This is the high of the day right now. Rocket Lab picking up some steam. SoFi $9.95 a share. This is the high of the day. 10-cent gain or so, with 4.1 million traded in 18 minutes. So SoFi is climbing. Looks like it wants to go through $10. The Dow is up 181 and climbing. S&P is down just 2.2 points. And NASDAQ is only down 54 now. It's coming on as well. All righty. Good stuff. GameStop down just 14. Look at AI down 17 cents. $40.57. Coming on again. We've got Smart Rent down 1.5 cents. We got ATIP up 4. Unity down $1.06. Tesla at $277.12, down $14. Apple up $1. Google up 150. Moderna up a nickel. Cisco is still off, but only down 32 cents. Pfizer up 19. IBM up $4.09. That is powering the Dow higher today. HPQ down 30 cents. Microsoft up 82 cents. ME at 190, up 2 pennies at the moment. Amazon down $1.09. We have Spire at 69.6 cents. Home Depot down $1.06. Vanik down $2.40. Netflix off $38 to $438.90. Adobe up 62. Goldman up $5.55. Boeing up $3.55. Meta down $1.90. Target up 15 cents. JP Morgan up $1.48. Costco up 1 penny at $5.54.12. Walmart up 81 cents. Disney down 78 cents. American Airlines down 83, and DraftKings up 28 cents to 31.14. Royal Caribbean $100 a share. It's up 67 cents. The 52-week high 105. Anyone stupid enough to buy this stock at these prices deserve to get crushed, and they're going to. I'm sorry to say, they are not making money. These guys, they are losing money. Oh my goodness. Norwegian unchanged at 21.14. Carnival 18.02, down 13 cents. Those stocks are double their price, what they should be. Should be half this price. But you know what? I can only say so much. It's just my opinion. Everybody has their thoughts. It's okay. Think what you want, but what can I say? It is what it is. All righty, guys. 180 gain on the Dow Jones right now. Matterport down a nickel. NVIDIA down only $1.40. We were down $5 a share a few minutes ago. SoFi at $9.92 is up 7 cents. It's hanging in there. Rocket Lab touched $8. We're at $7.92 now. $7.95 on Rocket Lab, approaching 8 again. GameStop down 12. AI down a penny. The AI shares are about to go green. There you go. Okay, there it is. Okay, Joe, Olivia, here comes $10. Come on, SoFi. I'm ready to put my puts back. Beach Boy, hi, Uncle Bruce. I got 500 AI at $39.76 during the after hours, and I wrote 5. I wrote now 5 covered calls, 40s for tomorrow, 116. Oh man, 40.92 up 18 cents. So you're going to get exercised on this, but you're going to make money. You're getting you got $1.16. You're going to get $40 if you get taken out. So that's $41.16 for a $39.76 buy in 48 hours. Okay, you're making money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're making money. However you want to do it. 40.90 right now on AI as we speak. We're at 7.97 on Rocket Lab, 9.98 on your SoFi. We're at the high of the day on SoFi, I think. 9.98, 9.99. Here we go. We're going through 10 again on your SoFi, kids. That's what I think's going on. All right. Okay. Johnson Johnson and IBM lead the gains for the Dow. Dow's up 166 points at this moment in time. 996 on SoFi, 795 on Rocket Lab. JR, Beach Boy, sorry for the delay. Working on settling positions and making dough anyway. Yuck. There you go. All right. Giddy up, everybody. Making some dough. 169 gain, 170 now on the Dow. 997 on SoFi, 796 or so on Rocket Lab. 2303 GameStop down 14 cents. AI negative again, down 8 at 4066. Way to go, Beach Boy. Working those calls and grabbing cash off of gamblers on the AI. No ifs, ands, or buts. If the shares close under 40 tomorrow afternoon, Beach Boy keeps all the premiums and says, thank you, sir. And on Monday, guess what he's going to do? He's going to write $40 calls for next Friday all over again, and away we go. He's figured out what he wants to do, and he's exploiting it for all it's worth. There you go. Giddy up, folks. Giddy up. All right. Nvidia only down 77 cents, back to 470 bucks, down 77 cents. The Dow up 163, SoFi up 11, Rocket Lab up 4, GameStop down 12, and AI plus 4. There you go. 998 on SoFi, right at that $10 level here. We're just about to hit it again. I think it wants to go through there and beyond. The all-time high, 52-week high for SoFi, 1023. That is in jeopardy. I think if we break through 10, we might take a run at it. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, man. BW, Uncle Bruce, the U.S. 10-year note is spiking. It's up 10 basis points. So interest rates are rising on treasuries. That means the U.S. dollar must be rising as well. Interesting moves happening right here, right now. 182-point gain on the Dow. We just popped another 20 points. Okay. What do we got here? Uncle H. Gregory, 133. Uncle Bruce, thank you. And JR, if you want to learn how to do effective rollovers, right on Tesla. There you go. Kareem, Uncle Bruce, someone posted in the Discord yesterday that Jim Walker of Cruise Law mentioned your travel channel and shared a link about your thoughts on the fire panels on ships. I like Jim. I've talked to Jim on my other channel. He's got a huge following on the internet with his Cruise Law News site, and we're on the same page, I think, on this fire retardant disaster that could befall any of these 45 cruise ships that are at sea right now with all these passengers on board. These panels are defective, and I'm waiting for Owens Corning stock to take a hit. They're down $2 a share right now. I'm waiting for Owens Corning to get a downgrade because of this subsidiary company of theirs having to cough up, I don't know how many millions, hundreds of millions in damages. I have no idea. Selling defective fire retardant materials for now, 2 years? It's a disaster. BW, US dollars going up. You are so smart, Uncle Bruce. Robert Benson, I have to work tomorrow night. Not good. I've reached a point where I need to have an eye on the market to see what I have to do next on my options trades. Robert, it's getting to the point here. This is Danish time. It's getting to the point where Robert cannot afford to work anymore. It's becoming too expensive for Robert to work in his job compared to what he can make with his own money. That's called winning. I like it. I like it a lot, pal. You keep up the good work, buddy. This is good stuff. SoFi 996, Rocket Lab 795, Dow up 190. We got a lot of action going on here. Thank you all for popping in and joining the party, everybody. Appreciate it. Giddy on up, I say. Just good stuff. We have thumbs ups now. Let's take a look. 153. Thank you. 47 more, and we got 200 thumbs ups for the session. Thank you all for coming through for us every time. All of you guys are the best. 47 to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. 200-point gain on the Dow. Still climbing. This sell-off was a nothing burger this morning. A nothing burger. There's so much cash coming into this market right now. The investors are saying we're buying we're buying stock today for a year out. We're not buying for a week out, a month out. We're buying stock now for next year's returns. 215 gain on the Dow, up again. We're going higher. Yeah, we're going higher. The S&P down 2.5. I'm surprised it isn't positive right now. The Nasdaq still down 67 points. Okay, it's a mixed bag. Oil up 65 cents to $76. There you go. 996 on SoFi, 793 on Rocket Lab, 2306 on GameStop. We're up 17 cents on AI, 4091. Okay. BW, Robert Benson, tough choices ahead, but life-changing for the good. That's right. B Tizzle. It's funny how some of these SPACs still trade together. A SoFi trying to break 10, Rocket Lab 8, PLTR 18. The only thing they have in common is they used to be SPACs. That's all. There's nothing else to them. Nothing whatsoever. They're all independent companies now. Giddy up. Up 11 on SoFi, 996. There you go. All right. Wow. Let's see. I love some of these headlines I see sometimes. These are stupid articles, or they're kind of like letters to the editor, or letters to you remember they used to send letters to what was it, Anne something? What was her name? Anne Landers, was that the name? These confession letters. I mailed a $280 wedding gift and never received a thank you note. I fear the gift was lost or stolen. Is it gauche to ask? Life problems, first world problems. You can afford to send a $280 wedding gift to somebody? What happened to a $10 gift certificate at a movie theater? Oh my gosh, not anymore. Oh no. Thankfully, says B Tizzle, we were able to shake AMC off GameStop's coattails. Robert, BW, strange to be in a position where I have to say no to work because I can make more money staying at home. It's a nice position to be in. I'll tell you that. Beach Boy, I just did the math. If the shares will be assigned at the 40 level, that was a 3.5% profit in less than 2 days. The AI gamblers are crazy. There you go, Beach Boy. Right on. Yeah, 3.5% 2 days. Boy, that's you can do that 100 times a year. Bad. Yeah, not bad. 225 gain on the Dow. We're climbing here. U.S. existing home sales fell 3.3% in June to 4.1 million units. That's a breaking headline that just came out. We'll see how that affects the markets. Oil up, only up 66 cents a barrel. 995 on SoFi, 794 on Rocket Lab. There you go, watching all this stuff. BW says to Robert, that is called peeking behind the curtain on how the better half lives. You'll be there soon enough. Exactly. When you find that it's not worth your time anymore to work for someone else, you can make far more money being at home, being an option writer and an administrator of your own wealth. That is winning to the nth degree. Absolute huge win. Saying goodbye to a day job is a massive win. A lot of people don't believe it. They've been brainwashed into thinking, oh, I got to have a job. No, you don't. That's wrong. The other thing that gets me is I'll see analysts from time to time over all the years and years and years. They'll talk about inflation. And they'll talk about how inflation is bad for the economy and it has to be stamped out. And they'll talk about how corporations have to raise prices to stay alive, to function. They have to raise the price of a car, or they have to raise the price of a set of tires, or lettuce has to go up, or whatever. The corporations are given a free pass when it comes to raising prices on consumers or their clients. Now, look, if you're a corporation and you raise your prices to all your customers out there and half the customers stop buying from you, well, then you've raised your prices too much, or you're not very good at communicating, or they found another supplier. But nonetheless, corporations get away with raising prices as a matter of hey, you got to do what you got to do. When it comes to employees, especially when it comes to employees as a group trying to get a higher pay raise, like a unionized workforce, it's amazing how many members of the public view this as a negative. They're considered greedy, or they're considered unreasonable, or they're considered to be radical people trying to get a raise to survive. But corporations can get away with it, and they're almost praised for it. They're almost given credit, brownie points. Yeah, you raised your prices, your shareholders are going to make more money. But when a group of people are trying to get a 5% raise or a 7% raise or whatever, they're considered the enemy. It's amazing. A lot of banking analysts and a lot of technical and economic economists, they blame labor for inflation. They say it's labor's fault that we have inflation, when in reality, labor is reacting to higher inflation. They're not proactive, they're reactive. A lot of people out there are working right now on a contract that won't expire for another 6 months or a year, where this year's raise is 2% on a deal they signed 2 years ago for a 3-year deal. They're still going to get hammered for the next 12 months before their contract comes up. These folks are going to say, hey, for the last 3 years, we got a 2% pay raise. We are not the problem when it comes to inflation. We are the victims for inflation. For the next 3 years, we want a 35% pay raise, 12, 12 and 10 or something like that, to catch up. We're behind for the last 3 years, a year from now. It's amazing how labor gets blamed for inflation when they're reactive. It's quite something. Anyway, what can I say? What else going on here? BW breaking June home sales dropped to the lowest pace in 14 years as short supply chokes the market. Per CNBC, that should get Rugman up and moving. Wing Commander 156, work done. Now is the time to make money. Right on. Mr. Premium of the option stinker just hit on Tesla, sold a cash secured put, 250 strike for August 18th. I got 515 for it. Giddy up. Beach Boy, Wing Commander, about time you joined the party. BW, Wing Commander, yo, it's been a while. Clay, 180, I have become a YouTube member of this channel. Clay, welcome to Chillin' with Uncle Bruce level. It's great to have you here. Appreciate it, or welcome back if you haven't been here a while. BW, Beach Boy, +1. Wing Commander, if anyone is wondering why the markets are slipping, I ate a banana and threw away the peel. That's why the market is slipping. I was wondering what was going on here. Clay is saying, member for 10 months, Chilling with Uncle Bruce level. Welcome to the party, pal. Got to come back to this membership once in a while. A stock expert on a small retainer is truly invaluable. There you are, my friend. Thank you very much for being a member again. It's great to have you here. BW says, welcome to the party. Pukeburb, thanks, Wing Commander. I appreciate it. Wing Commander, BW, work is keeping me busy Monday to Thursday right now. Testy Donkey, the Bank of England said that we shouldn't get pay raises as it will cause more inflation, then gave themselves massive bonuses. Thanks, guys. I agree. I say screw these guys. Get your raise, get your fair share, because you're not being looked after by anybody. Corporations can raise prices, and that's okay. Labor can't. Give me a break. Give me a break. If people in England were getting raises equal to inflation, that would cause a non-recession in the United Kingdom. But hey, what can I say? Auntie Jen, how are you? What do I know? How you doing? What's going on?
Nothing.
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 I just finished pulling all the
Oh,
grapes
man.
apart, so it's easy for you to eat them.
We got grapes coming up. Not
I
the
love
grapes of
these
wrath.
grapes, man.
Yeah, we love them. We love our
They're
grapes.
crispy,
Yeah.
chewy. Yeah, they're lovely.
Yummy. While I'm yapping away about the markets, SoFi decided to take a dip. We dipped down to 976 or something like that. We're off to 975, down a dime at the moment. We'll see if that lasts very long. SoFi, Rocket Lab 787 down 6 cents. GameStop down 28. AI down 40 cents at the moment. Nvidia now down $8. It got almost even, and now it's down 820. A little pullback going on here, but the Dow up 209. Not coughing up much ground. S&P down 10, Nasdaq down 121. That's what I got.
Those calls are getting better.
What can I say? We've got
Nothing goes straight up.
we got Beach Boy. Wing, my kids would probably stop talking to me if I told a joke like that. Did you hear his joke?
No.
Wing Commander said here, what was going on here? Wing Commander, if anybody is wondering why the markets are slipping, I ate a banana and threw away the peel.
Uh-oh.
People are reacting to his joke.
They don't like his dad joke?
They don't like it. Larry Titus, good morning, Auntie Jen, Wing Commander.
Good morning,
What, peeling a banana?
Larry.
Larry, good morning. Richard Carlin, good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good
B.
morning,
Tizzle,
Richie.
good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning.
B.
B.
Tizzle,
Tizzle.
Wing Commander, not a double entendre by any means.
No.
Wing Commander, Auntie Jen, AJ.
Uh-oh.
Wing Puke Burb. There's a time in every man's life where he must peel some sort of banana. Wing Commander, laughing out loud. Oh no!
Or is that in every boy's life?
Or in every boy's life, there's a time. Oh no! Oh no! We're up 205 on the Dow. The U.S. existing home sales fall in June to the lowest level since January. These are headlines.
Okay.
U.S. leading economic indicators index moves lower for a 15th straight month. Slowdown happening. We keep talking about it. We keep talking about it.
Yes.
BW, Anti-Gen, always so rosy sounding in the morning. Thanks for the cheery greetings. Helps make me smile even in topsy-turvy markets.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
There you go, right there. Giddy up. We're down 830 on Nvidia. SoFi at 969 now, down to 964, falling further. Rocket Lab 785. GameStop 22.79, down 38 cents. AI down 54. You know what this means, kids? With these lower prices, cash secured put right time. It's time to write cash secured puts. They're going up in price. Time to take the money off the table. What can I say?
Take the money and run.
Goldman Sachs stock price target raised to 388 from 375 at the Bank of America.
Okay.
There you have it.
375.
There you have it. Avis budget downgraded to hold from buy at Deutsche Bank. Avis rent-a-car, budget rent-a-car, same. I think that's the same company. It's funny how the rental car business used to have 20 different companies, and now there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Kind of happens with most
in
things.
U.S. airlines, used to be 12 airlines. Now there's 4 or 5 major airlines.
Hey, come to Canada. We have 2.
Isn't it funny? And the prices go up when you have fewer
good
competition. Isn't it incredible how that works? Luca, hello, Auntie Jen. It's true that fashionable people always turn up when they decide to.
Yeah.
Lorraine, you slide on the skin, says Lorraine. Lorraine. Beach Boy, you know what, Bruce? Every time Auntie Jen comes in, we make money. How about just keeping her here all the time? Just keep her here all the time. We make money whenever she comes in around here.
You've been giving credit to the bagel, and it was actually the
hand of death. Wing Commander just bought back GameStop cover calls expiring this Friday for 6 cents. Sold those for $2.78. Giddy up. Clay, SoFi's middle name is volatile. About 5 million shares traded in 30 minutes as a stock run up 30 minutes and then down 3.5 million shares traded in 15 minutes to punch the price down, says Clay.
That's what gives you those
what's going on.
Crazy premiums.
Crazy. 960 is the low on SoFi. The low now, 959 for the low of the day. Okay. We're at 962 right now on 10.7 million shares. We might have a 50-cent run the other way. Cash secured put writers. Here we go. Wing Commander, strike 24 on those GameStop calls. Wrote them for 280, bought them back for 6 cents, 278 to 6 cents. Nice move there, pal. $24 strikes. We're at 22.84 on GameStop. I know a number of you out there who are sitting on 25s, 27s, 22s, 20s, 18s. Stock slipping, down 35 cents on GameStop. BW, notice to big news cycle bomb drops this AM in less than an hour. TMSC delays new chip factory in U.S. That's the Taiwan semiconductor company. Semi sector gets whacked. Housing news comes out. Financials get whacked. Fair and balanced. There you go.
Why are they delaying? Did they say?
Lack of workers. Lack of workers.
I thought it was going to be.
They need skilled. They need skilled employees to fill the factory. They can't find them.
And it's really hard to bring them in on those visas.
America won't bring in skilled workers. America is dead in the water when it comes to the B1 visa thing. It's a political football. There's a Republican Congress in session. Nothing is going to get done.
Which is
Nothing.
So surprising.
That's another year and a half.
Business.
You're not going to see any action out of the U.S. Congress until January 2025, and only if the Democrats get in. If the Republicans get in again with a majority in Feb 2025 or Jan 2025, no B1 visa improvements coming anywhere. You got too many radicals in there. They're not going to allow foreigners into America. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the enemy. You're not going to do that.
How did we slip in for a few months?
I mean, come on. Unbelievable. Splayer says, Fancy, I had an order for my four $12 SoFi calls. One of it got hit at 44 cents, bottom at 22. Now they're back to 30. Darn it. Luca, AJ should have her own one-on-one and tell us some stories, because I'm damn sure she's got some stories.
I got stories.
Oh, yeah.
Do they mean like stories about you?
Or of everything. any stories.
Oh, I got stories.
You got all kinds of stories.
I love stories.
But the problem is that these folks don't have enough money.
Well,
these viewers haven't got enough money to pay you, because what you would charge.
I know all the words and I use all the words, and some people don't like all the words.
They don't like all the words that Jen has. Jen's expensive. I ought to know. Yeah. No, you guys can't afford Jen.
But I love stories. I love storytelling.
Jen loves storytelling. Jen has stories.
Having just come from 2 family reunions, we had stories.
Well, there's that. And then having been a desk trader, Jen has stories.
Oh, yeah.
And Jen was only in the brokerage business for, what, 5 years? 4 years?
Yeah, I was on the desk for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then being a broker for like 5 years. Yeah.
Jen has stories. Yeah.
It was the time when it was the Wild West out here.
And then Jen and I getting together in 76, those first 15, 20 years, we have stories of all the changes in our lives. Oh, my God. All the turmoil we went through here in the West with the economies and stuff, and the National Energy Program. And
the bumper stickers.
Oh, my God. The changes we saw, and the events, and becoming parents, that changed our lives again, and now empty nesters changed again. I'll tell you.
You sound like your daughter got you. You're a little lazy.
A little flaming.
She's fighting off cold as well.
What can I say?
I think that's what happens when you go to a 5-day party in BC.
Maybe that's what happened to her. BW, chip factory workers. This is one of the most technical jobs out there.
Right?
Think of a biohazard level 4, like the CDC, but more strict. Can't just hire up Johnnies right off the high school for this job. You can't do it. Splair bought now 18 more from Spire, finally holding 50 Spire. Clay, will 16 cents and a dumb lollipop that I found underneath my couch cushions cover Auntie-Jen's fees? Marcus, how about a new YouTube channel, Story Time with Auntie-Jen? Uncle Bruce could be Auntie-Jen's assistant. There you go. There you go. We'll sell memberships, $100 a month for gold level memberships to hear Auntie-Jen's story.
Going to tell you
Gold bagel members only.
The
That's right. Tales from the floor. Oh my! She'll bring in special guests with masks on, and will disguise their voices to save the innocent.
Yeah, to save the guilty.
I'll never forget what happened on the floor. We don't want to go there. I just don't want to go there. Too many people running scared in this town. Oh no! Story time with Auntie Jen. 5,000 members, each paying $100 a month to listen to Auntie Jen's stories. Oh, geez. I'll just shut down my channel. I'll just let her take it from here. I'm going to put my feet up and watch TV.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't need to do this. Oh, my gosh.
You can be the disembodied voice on the other side of the camera.
And a question from so-and-so for Auntie Jen. Auntie Jen, you have a question from Sweden today. Yes.
Does this mean?
What does this mean? When they see peel a banana, what does that actually mean? Auntie Jen, what do you think it means? Oh no.
I could become the new Dr. Ruth.
The new Dr. Ruth. Oh man. And we can have a subsection, True Confessions with Auntie Jen.
Yes.
Oh man.
It's one of the streams I love most on Instagram is the hashtag am I the hole? And people tell stories to see they feel
am I the a-hole?
They feel they're on the right.
Yeah. Oh, am I the a-hole or am I on the right side of this argument? What do you think? Here's my story.
Here's
oh
what
my
happened.
gosh.
And I'm always amazed how people feel the anonymity because they're alone, probably alone in a room, just typing away.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you.
They'll tell you stuff they wouldn't tell their mummies.
They wouldn't tell you in person.
They don't tell these stories to their pets because they think their pets might learn to talk.
Their pets will judge them.
Their pets will judge them. That's right. BW says, Auntie Jen, was it tough watching Mortimer and Randolph Duke being escorted off the trading floor? You can't expect to raise $300 million.
We enjoyed that movie so much.
I think your brother's having a heart attack. F him.
Open it up again.
Open the floor. Oh man, Randolph and Mortimer Duke. Oh gee whiz. Sofi got down to 958. It's now 963. It's coming back. Rocket Lab is at 781, down 12 cents. GameStop down 36. AI down 59. Nvidia down $10. The Dow up 166, but S&P down 14 and Nasdaq down 140. So we have a negative, a sell wave coming in. Will it last all day, or is it just a 1 hour, half hour thingy? IR Aaron, Bruce can make and hand deliver the bagels. There you go. Lame duck. Uncle Bruce, who do you use to set up your trips, or do you just do it online?
Oh, he is a bulldog. Oh, he is a bulldog.
She'll tell you. Who books our trips? Who finds the deals?
Oh, he
Who
does.
books the hotels?
He's a bulldog.
Who does the research?
He gets that rat in his mouth and just shakes it and shakes it and shakes it. Yeah. Yeah, I give him suggestions of something that I might like to see, and then he just runs with it.
Yeah, I'll mention that. Well, I'd really like to stop in Singapore for a week, and then she says,
I don't want to go to Singapore.
That's the end of Singapore. The world's greatest airport. I've always wanted to see it. I've always wanted to be in Singapore. Always wanted to try the street food, and she says,
but I don't want to go to Singapore.
So
but you can go without me.
You can go.
I go places without you. You can go without me.
Yeah, you could go without me, honey. You could go to Singapore.
You have friends.
You have friends.
Go to Singapore.
In Singapore? You could take friends with you to Singapore. You could go to Singapore.
You can meet friends in Singapore.
You could meet friends.
Hang out, eat the street food. Just fill yourself up. And then you can come home and show me all the pictures. Tell me all the stories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like as if nothing happened. It'll be fine.
I'll go with you to Singapore when you come with me to my family reunion. Yeah, there you go. See? Rather eat glass.
Luca, Auntie Jen has a calm and reassuring voice. All flight stewardesses should have, even if the plane is falling. In case of landing in water, we'll be fine. All is good in an Auntie Jen voice.
Just blow into this little tube.
You'll be
You'll
fine.
be fine.
H. Greg, turn
Don't
those
think of the
machines.
Hudson.
Turn those machines back on, says Mortimer Duke. BW, Luca,
I think your husband's having a heart attack.
Beach Boy, Auntie Jen, let's have you trade places with Uncle Bruce, and we'll bet $1. Richard, don't answer Uncle Bruce. It's a trap.
It's
Don't
a trap.
answer it.
That's
Slayer,
right.
she's smelling a possibility for freedom.
See?
Dude, Uncle Bruce is a trade-off, but is it worth it? It's a trade, but is it worth it, Bruce? BW, H. Gregory, yep, that is now my must-watch list this weekend. Trading Places and The Boiler Room. Action movies are for schmucks. The real action is movies about markets. Y'all favorite? What's
That's
your all
true.
favorite, Auntie Jen?
We
What's your
haven't
all
watched
favorite?
Trading Places in a while.
We haven't watched it in a long
I'm
time.
a sucker, so I love The Hunt for Red October.
She loves The Hunt. She loves Apollo 13.
I like the book. I have the book. I have the audio book.
Hunt for Red October.
If we're flipping through and
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. And Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
What if they don't come home this time?
What if they don't make
What
it
if
this
the
time?
bad
What
thing
if the movie
happens?
was changed?
I know. I can't help it.
Oh man. Slayer says Jen is playing a pretty strong poker hand with that family reunion card.
Yeah.
H. Gregory, I watch Trading Places Tuesday, cracked up. Watch every once in a couple months, every couple of months.
Right?
Yeah.
Looking good. What's it? Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good, Billy Ray. Looking good. That's right.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis, something for the boys.
Something for the boys. Something for the teenage boys.
But Dan Aykroyd, when he's dressed as Santa and he's got that fish
eating that hunk of salmon
under his salmon beard
with the beard all
it's
through.
got hair all over.
Oh, I can't stand it. I have to look away. Look away. Look away.
Uncle Bruce, just look away.
Oh my God, it's too much.
It's too good. It's too
Yeah. Trading Places. Oh my.
good.
I was never a fan of the movie Wall Street. Was never a big fan of Charlie Sheen in Wall Street.
I'm not your best friend.
I'm
I'm your only friend.
No, that's
other people's
that's
money.
other people's money
That's
with
other
Danny
people's
DeVito. That's an okay movie.
Yeah.
But Margin Call and short, The Big Short.
Big Short, yeah, I like that one.
Like those are well done.
And just get your heart pounding.
Yeah, and then watching the documentaries about the financial crash of 08.
Oh yeah.
And then on
Yeah.
YouTube, there are videos that are like 40 minutes long that were broadcast originally and are now rebroadcast on YouTube on a VHS kind of relay. It's not very good quality, but it is about the 1987 crash, the biggest crash ever in the market during Ronald Reagan's presidency. I keep bringing that one up.
Trickle-down economy.
Trickle down economics. Yeah, whatever happened to that? It never did trickle down, did it? Kind of dried up halfway down the mountain. It just stopped.
Those tax breaks.
Stopped at the upper middle class and didn't go any
They
further.
used them to buy back their stuff.
That's odd. That's
It
really
goes down to
strange.
the
I
line.
thought this trickle down thing would work. It just didn't work. $9.50 on SoFi now. Low of the day, I think, is right here. $9.49 on SoFi. Ooh, cash secured put writing time. Here we go.
Well, I'm getting out of here. I'm making the market go down.
We'll see. There's that. Let's see what we got here.
Or is this where we look back and say, oh, it was the low? That's where I should have.
That's where I should have made my move. Beach Boy says to BW, you're right. Just rewatched The Big Short for the third time.
Right?
BW, Uncle Bruce flipped the movie on Auntie Jen in between from Apollo 13 and Armageddon. She'll enjoy it way more.
To Armageddon.
Armageddon. H. Gregory,
I
Frozen
like
orange.
the first of Armageddon.
Frozen orange juice futures. BW, Beach Boy, so good. Sad it happened. It keeps happening. Lame Duck, Wolf of Wall Street, Beach Boy. Also, Eat the Rich, the series about GameStop is surprisingly quite good. Eat the Rich.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There you go.
That's awesome.
We're down $12 on Nvidia. SoFi down 36 cents to 9.49. Rocket Lab down 22 to 7.70. GameStop down 38 to 22.79. AI down 108 to 39.66. Anyone who wrote $40 call options that expire tomorrow is laughing now.
Yeah.
Smart Rent 381 up 1.5 cents. Owens Corning down 423. Fire retardant panels. I wonder.
Oh.
We got Unity down 287. Tesla down 1852 to 272. I wonder if there's anyone out there that wrote any of those $310 call options on Tesla on a rollover. I wonder if there's someone I know. I think I know somebody. There you go. And writing cash secured puts on Tesla. Now's the time.
It's time.
It's time. 194.80 on Apple down 28. Google down 51. Moderna down 14. But Cisco up 6. Pfizer up 26. IBM up 360. There's a couple of green shoots, but there you go. There you go. Final comments.
Tea time.
Beach Boy. Ho.
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 Ho. Oh yeah.
Somebody wrote
Come on.
$310 call options on Tesla. Ho.
Ho.
Ho. Ho.
Now I have a machine gun.
I wonder where he got that idea from. Where did he get that idea from to write those 310 call options on Tesla? In the middle of the night, it came to him. The middle of the night. B.W. Wolf was good, but wanted the moniker of having the most F-bombs in the film. Good flick, just crazy that it's kind of how that world was back then. Andy Chen has a potty mouth, as we all know. Wink, wink. Yes.
That's right.
Why does Jen have such a potty mouth? Oh, the 80s.
The 80s on the floor.
Ronnie Reagan was president, and it brought out all the emotions of all of us. Ronnie, you're a nice guy, but you're an idiot. Oh, and you're surrounded by idiots. And did America pay? Did America pay forever from his policies? And yet today, Republicans think he's a god. It's unbelievable.
That's how it works. You just have to get far enough away from them, and you start to forget.
Oh, yeah,
Think of them fondly.
40 years ago. 40 years ago. Oh, my gosh.
I'm going for tea.
Okay.
Thursday,
Auntie Jen. Thank you, Auntie Jen.
Get ready for Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. Giddy up there. Oh my gosh. 948 on the old SoFi. 947 on the old SoFi. Cash secured put writing opportunities have come to the fore. 946 for the low. There you go. SoFi volume now is 14 million. That's all. It's only 14 million. It's not like we got 80 million traded. There's nothing trading. It's a nothing burger. This turnaround will be sudden and dramatic the other way. I don't know when, but it'll be sudden and dramatic when it happens. 766 on Rocket Lab, 1.8 million volume, 765 low of the session. These stocks are just getting caught up in a bit of a sell wave. That's all this is. How long it'll last, I don't know. We've had a good couple of weeks here. Interesting. Let's go here. BW, bear raid on the markets this morning, says BW. Option writers are loving it. GameStop put calls are dropping. Rocket Lab calls, not that we've written any, but AI calls that have been written are looking good. Tesla calls looking good. Hello, 272 on Tesla. Apple 194.88 down 22 cents. There you go, kids. Giddy up, everybody. Well done. Have a good one, Auntie Jen from Splair. There you go, kids. Thank you all for being here. We have 162 thumbs ups. 38 more, and we got ourselves 200 today. Thank you all for helping out with the emojis and the thumbs ups. Here are some knee emojis. The knee attack from the Knights of Knee have arrived. Knee. Join in the party, pal. Hopefully the Knights of Knee will take care of your stock needs. Make your stocks go the direction you want them to go. Make those options go the directions you want them to go. Neat. Here they go. Dean is in on it. Here come the knee emojis from Dean. Neat. Richard Carlin. Neat. Here they are. Knee emojis all over the page. B Tizzle. Neat. Here comes some heart emojis. Neat. D Truda. Neat. Untamed Viking. Neat. Make him as loud as he can. 162 thumbs ups. Keep hitting those thumbs ups, kids. 38 away from 200. Thank you all for helping us out. We are 2 hours into this show, ending it with a knee attack. H. Gregory, knee, lame duck, knee, deep value, knee, Splair, knee. Here they are. John Anderson, knee, the big E, knee. They're coming in. No stopping the knee emoji attack right now. Dude, knee, bagel tuck. There you go, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the craziness. We appreciate you and we love you all. Thank you, everybody. 164 on the thumbs up meter, 36 left to get. And we got 200 thumbs ups. Hit rerunners unite. Hit the thumbs up button for Uncle Bruce. Let him know. You tell YouTube to send more people our way. There you go, everybody. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. Thank you all. J-Boy, thank you, J-Boy, for the emojis. Dude, thank you. John Anderson, thank you. Here they are, the big E, Splair. There they are, coming in. Deep value, lame duck. H. Gregory, you can't stop the knee emojis. You can't stop them. Untamed Viking, look at that. DH, B. Tizzle, boom, they're coming in one after the other. Thank you all so much for the knee attack here on Stock Markets with Bruce. All right, final recap here. We're up 165 on the Dow. We're about down 719 on S&P. We're down 184 on NASDAQ. Oil up just 64 cents. That's all it is. We got a weekly rise in natural gas supplies, 41 billion. There's tons of natural gas everywhere. There you go. Gold is off $5 an ounce today. Interestingly, dude, Uncle Bruce has been working hard to give this man a thumbs up or a bagel. There you go, everybody. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to register for the class whenever you can, and let me in on with an update. Send me an email, and we'll get you going there. We'll register into the show. July 29th, next week Saturday, not this Saturday, but next week Saturday, noon Eastern time. We'll get you into the class, how to write options with other people's money. Oh my gosh. Using other people's money to make money on options. Hello. Is this good or what? This is pretty darn great. Could be just exactly what some of you are looking for. We'll be on top of that for you. SoFi 940 down 45 cents at the low of the session right now on your SoFi. Bargain time on options. 938 last low of the dip. Cash secured puts. You might be able to get some stink offers written on some cash secured puts on SoFi. Nice. We'll see what happens on all this. All right, everybody. Thank you. Which class do you talk about? Deep in the money calls. Crazy 49er wants to know. I believe if you look at the classes right here, which one is a 7 and 8 earning income from writing? Hang on a second. I got rid of that comment. Let me just see. Put contracts or trading across spreads, number 8. Then let's take a look at maybe the next one. Number 9, number 10, number 11. Using poor man covered call writing strategies to quit your day job. Number 12, rolling over stock option strategies for calls and puts. 13, stink bids, stink offers, and the psychology of the markets. Number 14, how to maximize profits from writing stock options. And number 15, less than 50, advanced poor man covered call strategies. There you go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right there. You just start with those. I would say that's a good place to start with. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 at the very least is where I would be going. Crazy 49er, there you go, my friend. You got your classes figured out. Splair, have a safe and relaxed, wonderful day. BW 8, 11, 12, there's BW. Splair, Carvana dropped $6 already. Looks like it's giving up gains now. You can't just go straight up. You just can't. You cannot just go straight up. It doesn't work that way. Thank you all so much for being part of this channel, the show, the legend, the fun, the hopes, dreams, wishes, aspirations. Great to have you here, kids. We'll catch you here tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and keep an eye on your contracts. Keep working them, and thank you all for being part of this channel again today. Very much appreciated. Have a good one, everybody. We'll catch you here tomorrow morning. Get richer out there. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now. Do you have a recommendation on put on SoFi? I'd be looking at writing the nines. I'd be writing the nines for sure. The tens, the nines, the 750s, but the nines look good for January 2024. Okay. HF, use that as liquidity grab. Company's not really doing well, so you have those numbers stated. Hedge funds use that liquid. Okay, whatever, BW. Thank you guys. See you later.